What up, y'all? What's going on? Want to talk about something real quick. I was thinking about a bunch of players that I don't think might make the roster this year. Bunch of players who I think might end up getting cut, just because of the way that the roster is looking, um, especially after the draft and some key additions, or setting the Packers up to add additional players, even though we got a bunch of people to pay. So, first person I'm thinking of is Tim Boyle. I only think the Packers are going to keep two quarterbacks, and I definitely don't think Tim Boyle is going to be one of them. I think he's on the way out just because I didn't see um, much from him. I actually think he is a super solid backup. Will he make another roster or another team? I think so. Um, he looks like he's like more productive than Hundley and Kaiser that we had as a backup. But Packers are not keeping three, especially with Love. Um, really need to be the primary backup quarterback to learn under Rodgers. So honestly, if Boyle is still on the team, I think he'll definitely get in the way. Will they keep him to the practice squad? That I don't know. I wouldn't want to see him on the practice squad. I would rather see him being released because I want to see Love really being focused on, especially if y'all plan on him being the future. Really got to focus on him. So, unfortunately, I don't think Tim Boyle will be making the roster this year. My number two would be Dexter Williams. Um, we got Jones, we got Williams, we got Dillon now, and then we signed Tyler Irvin. So I think Irvin might be on practice squad, and then we keep three actual running backs on the squad during the year because if LaFleur is focused more on the running game, he's gonna have three good running backs. Now, could Jamal Williams get traded? Maybe, um, but I don't. I even though if Jamal Williams get traded, which I don't think he would be because we don't really owe him no money this year. So I think we keep Jamal this year. I think we actually pay Aaron. I think this might be the last year we keep Jamal Williams too. I think he'll play this whole year, but with us having to pay Clark, having to pay Bakhtiari, with Aaron Jones being in that lineup too, and then we got to pay God, who else we got? We got to pay King. It's gonna be tough, man, to keep all four of those players. So I don't see him. Um, I don't see Dexter Williams staying on the roster to start the 2020 season. So it's pretty messed up. I thought he would have a lot of upside. I thought he would actually be somebody we focus on, but I'm guessing he's not really NFL ready. And for us to draft Dillon, I think Dillon will definitely become that number two bull horse behind Jones. So we'll talk about that video in the future when it comes up with Jamal Williams' contract. Number three person who I don't think will make the roster this year is Cole Madison. He's a guard. And if you realize that the Packers end up bringing in like three or four offensive linemen, so I don't think Cole Madison is going to be on the squad this year. He's really not haven't done anything, but it depends. It depends on how many linemen they want to keep. But I doubt Cole Madison is one of the ones that we keep. Now these other players, now those three players, I think for sure are not making the roster this year. Now I want to talk about other players who I might think either could be cut during training camp or could be cut before the season or just have less playing time. First person I want to talk about is Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson was somebody that I vouched for the player Packers to get. I prayed that the Packers get. They end up drafting Josh Jackson, but from him coming from Iowa to the Packers, he hasn't made any difference for us. He's a person that definitely gets beat on the field. He's a person that just he has no upside. I haven't seen any kind of progression from him. And it's pretty messed up because him coming out of Iowa, I thought for sure he was going to be like a beast on the field. He was going to step into that definite number 2 role, which right now looks like King has solidified because I think King had his best year as a Packer last year. And I'm just praying to God that um, he does have another year like he did last year. But I don't know if Josh will actually get cut this year because I think just for the security, you never know. People go down with injuries, stuff like that. So Josh might make it this year. I think this year is really going to be his telling year. Is he going to come along? If not, it's looking sad for Josh. You see another player we looking at. I'm looking at Valdez Scanlan. This is a guy like who I thought definitely was going to be like a big time player for us. I thought he was going to be like, this year I thought he was going to, last year, because that year is over with. But I thought last year he was going to like get over that hump and be our like number 2 for sure. But if you see, Lazard has came in and just took that spot from him. And now we got Lazard, you know, Lazard is just really doing his thing, man. And I think like Lazard is going to be our future. He's really gonna be sticking around for a while. That guy hasn't done nothing but gotten better. He hasn't progressed. If you go back to where he played college ball, he actually came along, and I think he was drafted by the Jaguars, and the Jaguars played around with him. And you remember we had Shepard too. So when Shepard really start fucking up, because Shepard was supposed to be in that spot, his spot right now, Lazard just came along, and he's a big body dude, and I just love what Shepard brings to the table. So MVS, he's on the bubble. Depends on what EQ does. I think Equanimous is going to be better. He's going to be good for us, but again, when you got a lot of contracts coming up, it's going to be hard to be paying these guys, especially if they're going into their 4th year. I think this is Marquez and EQ's 3rd year, so if that means giving up these players to solidify other spots for other people, veterans and stuff we could bring in, it might be done. So, as far as that, those are pretty much like players I see like on the bubble, players who have to prove themselves, players who need to really step up and do something this year to really lock in a roster spot. And it's going to be hard for Jamal Williams too. It's going to be hard because I think A.J. Dillon is going to be a fucking stud. Even though I have my gripes with him and Love, I think actually Love has a lot of potential. A.J. Dillon is a beast. So, every year, man, you're going to have people coming in as looking for your spot. And we didn't do anything wide receiver wise. So, we kind of banking on these guys. So I really need the wide receiver crew to step up and do their thing, man. So that's what I feel. Those are players that I feel might not make it this year. If I missed anybody, please let me know. Please let me know. Please fill me in. Anybody you think are on the on that roster bubble, like are like this far from getting cut and not making it this year. So let me know, man. Definitely. I appreciate all y'all. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Appreciate all the loyal subscribers and everything, man. Y'all definitely comment. Definitely comment, because I love to hear insight from all y'all, man. So y'all definitely enjoy y'all holiday, man. And I'll let y'all in the next video. Peace.